This one came out a little twisted here on this corner. So the total length of this thing should be just under 16 inches. And it is just under 16 inches. All right, my first order of business today is to get these things to where they're the right size and they're as flat as I can be, and then I weld them into place. And then I need to cut some of the expanded metal and fit that on top and weld it. So that could take all day. And if I have time, I will also start to put some of the angle iron inside there that acts as a support for this stuff. But what I've got to do first is make these. This needs to be a little shorter. One of these edges needs to have a little bit trimmed off of it for the whole thing to come square, and that's what I'm going to do first. So this one is a little over 23 3/8, and this one is 23 3/8, or a little under. Okay, I've got these lengths about the same. And what I've noticed is that if I measure from here to here, it's just under 28 inches, and here it's just over. So I figure that to bring it square, I'll have to bring these together a little bit. Okay, now that I've got this thing shortened and the surface prepared, the first thing to do is go ahead and make that solid and as straight as I could make it. And welding it on the inside because I don't want weld bead on the outside that I have to grind down. Let's see if it held. Did it hold? This part came out reasonably well, and I just need to figure out how I'm going to flatten it now and do the corners. I discovered that this top is not flat. Here it's nice and flat pretty easily, but here it's a little bit bowed. It's a little up. It's a little higher here than it is on the edges. And I had taken this one and pressed it down, thinking that this was a flat surface. And now that I look at it along this axis, I can see that there's a little bit of a bend down in it, which I'm not sure if I can correct that. It's not a huge deal, but I'd rather it were perfectly straight if possible. But I don't think I can do anything that's going to change that. Anyway, I'll probably just have to live with that. I'll be more careful on the next one. Okay, now the second one. This one seems to lay pretty flat. The other one, what I don't know is whether the corners are square or not. I did not catch this on camera because I was just trying to set it up with one of these dimensions, I forget which, was a little bit too long, so I had put these clamps in it and then tightened down on this thing, and I went too far with it, and so I loosened up the whole thing, and I realized, oh, it might have actually deformed it about right, and it did. So now the dimensions is 28 and a little over in both dimensions, and that's pretty close to square now. So yeah, I can just take this now and just put some weight on it. I want to try to put some weight on it so that the corners sit down. I've realized that this part of the floor is pretty close to flat, so that's why I'm welding it on the floor. Oh, seems reasonable. Yeah, this is interesting. In both of these cases, after I've welded the corners, this dimension is too long, so I'm having to bring it back together. Sure, there's a science to that, and I just don't know it. No ground clamp, okay. That would help. Prepping the surfaces somewhat for welding the expanded metal onto them. Oh, right. There's that issue with that lip there that I can't put this second one into place. Yeah, I can't make it move into place unless I get rid of this stuff here. Ooh, I don't think this is going to work very easily. Yeah, this top one is not a problem. It's the cut down here that is a problem. The alternative is for me to try to cut a notch into the end of this grate. So that means this one will have the bits cut out of it. That's just so much easier than what I was planning. Where did I put my marker? That was so much insanely easier than trying to cut the inside part would be. Okay. So we got this one right here. Not properly supported yet, so sitting down a little deeper than it should, but aha! Ta-da! So now it sits in there the way that it needs to. So now the next thing, I don't know, the next thing might be for me to weld in the supports for those. Okay, there's nothing precise about these, so I'm just going to do them both at the same time. First, I'm going to try grinding some on the inside to prepare the surface. I'm going to leave this here. I realized that in order to make things consistent across the grate, don't want to go into the details. I just realized I needed to separate this into two separate pieces. And so I'm separating it and just kind of building this thing up as I go. Okay. I have like 8 of these welding magnets, and I kind of need like 16 of them. I'd like to have the whole thing laid out at once, but they're not strong enough to do the job, just 4 of them per side, so I need like 8 of them on each side. Getting a little bit of clamping pressure from this clamp on this thing to keep it kind of flush with the top there, and it looks like it's coming up at about the right angle. It looks good to my eye. When I look in, it looks like it's level, so I guess that's close enough to level for me. So I'm going to tack these guys into place as best I can and hope that I'm doing okay. I think I am. We'll see. There we go. Those are tacked in place, I want to say. So I'll tell you what, I will spend a minute getting the other one rigged up. Okay, I've already got this one tacked into place and the grate resting on it. And now I've got this other grate kind of in place, kind of pinched in with these vice grips or C-clamps or whatever I've got. And now it's looking level and, you know, okay to me. So I've got the angle iron underneath in place, just kind of butted up against it, not holding it up, but in place. And now I'm going to tack these in. One last thing I'll do today, since it's getting late and I'm needing to pick up groceries on the way home. Yeah, these are all pretty strongly tacked into place except for this left one, which is a little bit loose. So I'm going to go ahead and batten those down and then go home. I don't want to be sitting in there breathing those fumes any more than I need to. Yeah, I'm realizing I don't need to go the entire width of all of these things. They're all holding up. They're not holding up hundreds of pounds. They're holding up tens of pounds and distributed across this whole thing. So I'm thinking of Papa John Cogdell Sr., who let me use his woodworking shop in his backyard, and he noticed how I was over-engineering certain parts of it. And so let's not do that anymore. It does help if I use both hands to hold on to the torch, the gun, or whatever you call it. Yeah, the technique there does matter. Keeping it steady and traveling properly and such definitely helps. Let's put these things in. Where are they? Here they are. There we go. Like that. Not too bad. Close enough for me. And that's enough for today.